For instance, if you have a fixed mindset, you believe that you are born with certain abilities and intelligences, and they can't be changed. And then having a challenge is that's terrible, because that could expose what you think you're bad at. But if you have a growth mindset, then this is a learning experience, and of course it's about what we do. So
yes, and basically we use 4 different ways of talking. That is very important in our courses, and we can really see that the teachers appreciate when we work with communication. Normally you take it for granted that you can always talk, but they have to make choices in which way they talk, depending on what kind of question where we are in the process. So we use David Willem Isaac's 4 ways of talking. So listening is very important, and we also differentiate between dialogue and discussion, because it's completely different ways of talking. And the consequences are totally different depending on which way of talking you use. So that is very important tool to develop an entrepreneurial culture as we see it. Yeah.
And leadership. When we started, we mainly work with pedagogues, with the teachers only, and it was almost we took the support from principals almost for granted. But the more we worked, the more we saw that this is not sustainable. And now we always work with principal teams alongside with pedagogues. So we work in Luleå Municipal now. We have 15 school units, which are led by 8 principals and about 300 pedagogues. And they have a separate track where they are also working with same issues as a pedagogue, but also more about the leadership aspects. So they get really into the process, and we see also that the pedagogues feel that it's so much easier to work this now when the principals are on board, and even the political leadership becomes easier since the principals are working together.
Yes, and we ask pupils and students to work in teams very often without knowing actually what does it mean to work in a team. We take that also for granted. So what we have done, that is that we work with the principals with group development, because if they are going to lead teachers who has to work in teams, who has to let the pupils work in teams, then we need to have some kind of tool about or some kind of model of group development. So we have tried different ones, but we have now, the last year, we started to work with a group development model or theory called SPGR, Systematizing Person and Group Relation. And it's a Norwegian person, Endre Sjøvold, who has developed this. And it says that you need to have 4 group functions active in an innovative team. And there are also 4 different levels of maturity within a team. And it doesn't mean that the highest maturity level is the best one for efficiency. It means that it depends on what you're working with, what kind of level you need for the team. So that is what we are trying out now especially with the leaders or the principals at schools in Luleå.
I mean, by doing this, they became more of a real team. Before they managed their own school, and most principals do. They manage their own stuff. But now they start to see the value of becoming a team that could support each other. And actually, when a team works well, they are able to be more innovative, which I think we have seen traces of also. I mean, this is quite. This is a research area that we just started up, so we hope to have results later this year.
Yeah, and to be a reflective practitioner is also, of course, very important. So that is also something that we are developing now more, because earlier we always said, well, you have to reflect deeper, and what does it mean to reflect deeper? So now we are trying to find some kind of tool to learn or to train the ways of reflection on different levels. So we have found a typology that is developed by, no, I don't remember the persons, maybe Jay and Johnson, yeah, about descriptive reflection, about comparative reflection, and then critical reflection. So we are finding out something about those things in our research at the moment.
And most of all, it's about getting action. I mean, entrepreneurship is about action. Being entrepreneurial is about doing stuff. And in our courses, it's always about doing something real in your own school, so that there will be a change. There will be something to reflect on. I mean, we reflect on, when we have other aspects also, but when they are working, and also we try to make them, I mean, not work individually, but work together. And in this last batch with these 8 principals and 15 schools, we try to make them work with each other, so that schools that are in close by can have a common project. So getting this collaborative action, that's the key to getting a change, and I think it's an important part of the culture.
And it is a long time work, of course. It doesn't happen in 1 day or 10 days. It takes years, actually. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.